Why, hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. General Wiener here. You know what I mean. Hey, so this is gonna be a post commentary. Um, Tell me, guys, what you think in the comments down below. What style do you like? Me trying to talk live while I play. Maybe, you get to hear the authentic reactions and stuff. But, to be fair, as of lately, I haven't really been saying too much. Although I'm trying to get better at it. I think I could really make it work. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just like that better. But either way, we got a match here on Neville. What a glorious match. You know, I like Neville. Neville's a good map. Neville's a fun map. And today we got a ranked game with man, excuse me. I forgot the guy's name, but we got a ranked match. One of the guys on the official server with the ranked system now, which is super cool, super fun. Haven't been getting that many matches lately. Well, not lately, but in general, because I don't know. By the time I get back from work and I get on, there's like that not that many people at least on at the moment. So hopefully within due time that'll change. But yeah, just setting up my MG in good positions to provide cover of fire in the middle point and spreading out my men as much as I can to minimize grenade casualties and hopefully take as much control of the point as I can to work my way through. Sending one guy in the middle so he can throw frags over the wall if he can. Sending another guy just in case he runs out of frags. Oh yeah, he was the MG assistant, so I sent him back. This guy was also another MG assistant. A couple of dudes went inside the building before I could really get him with the frag grenade. But I went inside the house to save me. I don't know if I utilized him later on, but right now we got an intense little grenade war in the middle. Tried to get the guy right there in the middle, but I decided to go after the whole new squad coming in. Killed one guy, damaged the other guys a lot. Trying to shoot up through the wall. I freaking did not manage to kill him. Managed to get my enemy automatic rifleman to get out of dodge. Now trying to entering a firefight with PPSH. I lost, but unfortunately, I already threw a frag. I anticipated where he was gonna go. So right now, the midpoint's in his favor. I'm trying to maneuver into good positions to get some nades off. Trying to pluck those infantrymen out. Found a nice little cheeky angle, throwing frags. Not even noticing what's going on in terms of on the other side of the map, throwing frags or something like that. Anyways, as we continue on with the match, I've decided, surprisingly, there was nobody here. And if he did send people here, this would have been bad because, well, I mean, it's such a good point to take, man. That map control is really nice, and surprisingly, he didn't really fight for it. So I'm glad he didn't. It made my job easier. If he did, the micro would have been just very bad. Keeping that guy there with the Panzerfaust just in case he needs to shoot the windows down or something. Flamethrower comes in. Luckily, we managed to kill him without too much damage. Getting the STG guy in there. Oh, unfortunately, he did not get the memo to get inside the building. He went around. Alright, we're getting some extra men here, but as well as he is, we're moving in with our men with STGs. Another grenade war happening. Casualties on both sides. I think I die right there. Yup, I get shot. Nice. But I take two guys with me. So, not the worst thing in the world. But right now, we're kind of on the back foot right here. He's posted up in those buildings. I'm trying to kill him. Managed to get him. Trying to get those angles again to throw frags at the guys hiding behind those logs as cover. Throwing a frag over there as well. I think I get two. Yep, I get both of them with the frags. So nice little micro there. Sending these two guys. Sending one guy inside the building. Having this guy just kind of outside. Don't want to cluster them up, especially with those flamethrowers out and about. Get in behind the barrel. Trying to get some cover. And I've just been thinking and I was thinking, how could I utilize this hill to my advantage? And there were several times I could have utilized it way better. But ultimately, the way went about it, I think, was the preferable way. You know what I mean? For the most part, I'm over here having some men scout out the position here. Haven't found any guys on the borders, on the edges of the map to keep a good eye on. Right now, I got a very flimsy map control on each side, but I got eyes, so that's the important part. A mistake I did here is that I didn't start digging foxholes when during the downtime right now. I only utilized that for one dude. If I started digging more, I would have had some more cover to deal with. Oh, he was literally just shooting at a wall, or at least he couldn't shoot anything because he was aiming at a wall. Trying to get him to stand up, have two MGs shoot. But yep, I made a good call by moving him because they were pushing up with a bunch of smoke. I initially thought there was going to be a grenade, but nope, it was far worse. It was a flamethrower. Getting them posting up by the fence, get the covering fire. I think I start setting up or sort of digging in by this house on the little hill over here, just so I could eliminate him from the point. I think at this point I'd realized that he has entrenched himself with PPSHs, and I'm pretty sure he's the Soviet all-around doctrine with the flamethrowers. I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correct. So I obviously thought to myself, there's no way I'm going to dislodge him without mass cast. So I decided that I was going to go in with a different approach after trying to brute force it right now. Trying to kill as many dudes as I can before my guys die. Trying to tilt the casualties to my favorite. Hopefully kill maybe 2 of them for every one of my guys. That would be preferable, of course. But unfortunately, he's dug in pretty good, and it's gonna be very hard to dislodge him at this point. But there's a lot of smoke that I could utilize for myself to kind of get in a little bit closer and throw some random frags to try to kill some dudes. Throwing randomly inside the smoke, trying to guess where he is. To the best of my ability. Didn't find any of them. Guy's moving in to throw a frag. At least that's what I guessed. Throwing a frag, killed one of my dudes. Oh, actually, no, he didn't. He managed to survive. I just started shooting through the wall. Because sometimes you could wall bang your opponents. It really depends. It's got to be those flimsy little wooden fences. Then you could do it with the small arms. You can do it with bigger like cannons and guns from like tanks and stuff, but it really diminishes the penetration value. It depends on the distance, how many items you're going through, and how big the individual cannon is from said vehicle, and what is the armor of the vehicle you're attacking. If it's some like lightly thin, how did I do that? Honestly, I have no idea how I did that. I freaking shot. I got no words, man. I'm like I said before. I think I've said this in a previous video, but I am very clumsy, man. Like I fat finger so many things. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have noticed that there's a lot of times where a unit, mainly like a vehicle or so, does something I don't want, and they just get absolutely minced because of that mistake. Absolute shambles. So over here, considering that I had all these 3 guys out here, I was thinking, all right, this area seems pretty clear. I'm going to try to make a small little rush with a light vehicle and 4 Fallschirmjäger elite infantry to try to alleviate pressure from the middle, so I could start pushing him off midpoint. Because right now he's got assault sappers and the sappers squads with freaking flamethrowers and all the PVSHs. It's gonna be hell on earth to try to get him out. So I mounted some dudes on the back, trying to do a lightning attack. Blitzkrieg, the German specialty. And in hindsight, what I should have done was move further east or southeast, because I get punished very hard for this. I was thinking, all right, if he had an AT squad, they'd probably be right there on that point. Had about like 100 meters or so away from the point. So I thought, okay, I should be safe from any anti-tank, and then there's a guy that runs from the alleyway of that house and just shoots me. I think that he was like right there at the corner of the screen. Yep, there he is. There he is. I was like, oh, god damn it, dude. How unfortunate. So this assault literally lost all of its luster after he went down. I was thinking maybe if I can kill him fast enough, I could salvage the Panzer II, but I did not, and he gets away all scot-free. So absolute shambles on my part. So I completely abandoned the idea of pushing through there. I'm like, okay, it's time to brute force this, get a flamethrower of my own, see if I could burn down the cover he has, get another elite squad, and get ready for a push. I mean, these guys, I'm manually controlling them to switch to their grenade launchers and their HE grenades, but honestly, it would be simpler to just drop the car, but I kind of like the spare, like once he runs out of grenades, it can still be useful, but they're still pretty useful with just the grenade launcher. He's got the T60, not the T70. I confused that last time, but he's got the T60. Decided to kill a few of them as much as I could with the men I had, but I'm pretty sure they were elite infantry, so they just ate everything. Throwing in freaking smoke grenades. He has a T60 now, so he's got all the cars. I have no vehicles. I just have a bunch of infantry, and his home point is pretty much secure. He's got the T60 for a rapid response. I, on the other hand, need to try to muscle my way into capping this. I'm pretty sure, because I was getting all this elite infantry in here, I'm pretty sure he just had probably a commissar in there, and it didn't really come to mind until later on during the match that could have been the case. So I decided, all right, let's get my own elite infantry flamethrower and try to cause some havoc here. I'm pretty sure that this flamethrower has less he has less range than the Soviet counterparts. I think the Soviets have the longest range flamethrower, which is pretty insane, pretty gnarly. I'm trying to burn down that house, trying to burn down all this cover so I can get a nice open flat ground. So all of my guys posted up here in cover can just start unloading, and all he has back there is literally nothing, just all open. So that was my intention. I had brought another flamethrower, trying to burn down these houses, burning down this fence, burning down this house, burning down as much as I could. Unfortunately, there was a whole freaking little group of them right there, and I burnt myself before I had the chance to really take full advantage. Try to rush up, trying to throw some grenades with a random infantryman. I think I get like one or two of them. Yeah, one, two. Unloading on the infantry coming in, trying to do as much damage as I can. Hopefully, I'll get a few more casualties. And I'm sitting here thinking, what should I get? I'm like thinking, oh, maybe a tank, like a nice little, mid-game tank, right? Like a freaking Jagdpanzer, not Jagdpanzer, freaking the Hetzer or the Jagdpanzer. I think it was 38T. I don't remember, but it's the Hetzer. That's what I mainly call it as. Get the Hetzer, the Stug, the Panzer IV, anything to take care of that T60, so then I can start pushing them back. But I decided against that because usually, especially in like this map, vehicles that are just purely based on like, killing other vehicles aren't that useful, especially right now. He doesn't have anything too crazy that I've seen, so I decided I'm just going to get a mortar and hopefully just constantly shell the point to the point where I could tip the balance to my favor. Have all this elite infantry here, and it's still 10 points. So he's got an officer hiding behind there, and he's been getting me. He's been wiping out my machine gunners, posted up, trying to take down the guys in the open ground on the other side. But this all turns around once I get the mortar. Once I get the mortar, I think I start, making a comeback. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's going to be the title of the video anyways. So I'm just sitting here waiting for the Sturmpanzer, or the Brumbar, as it's also called or was nicknamed. As you can see, those PPSHs, man, just so deadly. He shot me through the wall. I was gonna try to get a Panzerfaust on him. Yep. See, get another Panzerfaust. Fiddling with the controls really quick. Good thing I picked on the grenade, because I managed to freaking just style on that AI. I'm rushing so hard right now. And unfortunately, I was murdered. Honestly, I was going to try to shoot it through the window at that point because I was that desperate. But first, I was like, I got to set up sandbags in case he rushed something up to try to decrew it, make it harder for him to do it. Had a freaking Panzer Shrek team in place just in case if he rushed up some light armor to try to get rid of it. And the mortar is slowly shelling, and this was a great boon. I managed to somehow keep the game going long enough for me to get the Sturmpanzer, and the Sturmpanzer is going to do great work here. See my Fallschirmjäger just getting absolutely destroyed, getting minced right now. Taking my freaking AD detachment, see the little, exactly what I anticipated, some little cheap light vehicle to try to run over my my freaking my mortar. And I don't know, man, sometimes I get the most unluckiest freaking shots ever as of recently, man. Like, my AI just keeps missing. It's so sad. The shambles are real. Sorry if that was a little too loud, you know what I mean? I'm just a little passionate about it. But as you can see, the mortar is doing wonderful work. I bet a lot of that infantry, besides the elite guys and the commissar, right, are just like mid-tier infantry, right? And now the cap is going back into my favor. And the Brumbar is here. It opened fire. I wasn't paying attention. I should have kept it on hold fire. Now this is where it gets a little dicey. He brings up a medium tank. No, that's not a medium tank. I remember now. He brings up a KV-85 with an 85mm gun. And so, I was a little concerned that he could kill me, but I thought to myself I needed to get rid of that immediately in order to stand a chance in this match. So, I was hoping with all that smoke, it would make it a little harder for him to hit me. And luckily, either he wasn't really paying attention or something else, but he allowed me to get this close, and I punished him for it. I don't know if it's... I think what probably happened is that I killed so much infantry in the middle that he couldn't really spot it in time to really react. And maybe he was just like super hard microing, who knows. But I decided to give the KV-85 another shot, an extra shot. Right, killed the crew or whatever who was repairing it. Now, to be 100% fair, I should have just kept bombarding it to full kill it. Because obviously, it's very risky to leave vehicles that can be repaired. Because, well, they can repair and it undoes all the freaking damage you did, all the progress you made. But I decided that I wanted to get rid of that T-60 because that T-60 was just going to keep absolutely ruining my troops' days. My infantry is going to get minced by it. So I decided, after that failure of a shot, whoever shot that needs to get tried and executed, and their family needs to watch. Because, okay, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little over exaggerated. All right, listen, I don't know. I've just been having some bad luck with AI shooting. But anyways, so I managed to get my own lieutenant in just to try to tip the odds in my favor, get him behind the house. Hopefully that smoke kept him hidden and he didn't realize that he was there. Because, oh boy. And honestly, one artillery piece or even an own mortar of his own would have instantly just destroyed all of the work I've done so far. I think right now I'm just kind of microing some infantrymen to start digging in with some freaking foxholes to try my best to just give them that. I decided that I'm gonna try to. I was going to try to hit the T60, but then I saw all that infantry coming in, so I tried to take a pop shot, hopefully crush some of them with the building. And I think I forgot. I don't know if I told them or not, but oh, that's a call. Sorry about that, but basically, what I was trying to do was I was trying to get the infantry to get crushed by the building, and yeah, we're doing some great damage. He's back at a 10. He's probably got another elite infantry squad in there. I think my mortar ran out of freaking ammo, so I was thinking to myself, he's probably hiding all of that infantry behind that building, because you can get on like the cover behind the foundation, and I get a glorious shot with the Sturmpanzer. Oh, that really saved my neck, because he was so close. He was at like 900 and counting. 900 points and counting. Absolutely crazy. I decided, now that I finally had dealt with the issue of the infantry capping, I have a little time. I got a little bit of extra time, so I'm gonna try to full kill that freaking KV. And luckily that was the final shot I needed. Brought up the ammo crate just in time. I probably could have gotten that up earlier, but hey, better late than never, because he's gonna start doing work. Got another elite infantry squad going into the middle. I am trying to get as much bodies as I can on the point. Managed to tip it in my favor ever so slightly, man. Ever so slightly. He is trying to grab this victory so hard, and I don't blame him. He's literally right there at the cusp. And another wonderful shot from my Sturmpanzer by the AI. You know what? The AI has redeemed themselves for that last shot. I now release them of all charges of execution. Alright. Got another elite Fallschirmjäger squad to get in here. Hopefully they could actually do some great work. Oh my god, the Sturmpanzer AI is doing so well. Oh, and I honestly have no idea what that was all about. Just something blew up in the background. Maybe it was the KV-85 just kind of finally biting the dust and fully exploding, and he had like a bunch of tankmen trying to repair it. Alright. Take a direct control, seeing if I could do some great damage with the Sturmpanzer. I decided to move the Sturmpanzer because that little freaking log cabin was in the way, and good thing I did. And with all that freaking smoke, because I think it covered the Sturmpanzer from moving in to a better position. Get caught out by the flamethrower, just kind of chilling there. Telling one guy to throw a grenade at it. Direct controlling him, you know, trying to do some infantry might to stop him. I think I noticed another guy just kind of right there, so just throwing everything I have at him. Trying to kill him. Managed to get rid of him. Tell him to hide behind the barrels. If anyone just charges past, they'll get shot. But yeah, luckily for that giant freaking massive smoke in the middle, I think that covered me long enough, because there was a heavy tank, some other form of tank right there sitting and waiting. I think it was another KV-85 or so. Or no, maybe an IS-2 Bob from Vampire, because he didn't get another KV-85 until later on in the game. So I'm just kind of holding back with the Sturmpanzer, waiting until the opportunity comes. I accidentally clicked the message button. I removed the officer so he wouldn't die. And now I'm just going to rely solely on the elite infantry to kind of turn the tides. Aiming towards the enemy, taking a shot at him. I managed to kill one guy with that shot. And for some reason, he just charges forward and he gets caught out. I think he was trying to deploy more smoke to do another flamethrower play. Because obviously he has the infinite calling of flamethrowers, considering of that one elite squad. But luckily, I caught him out before that could happen. They could do severe damage. And now we are dominating cap weight. There's guys hiding in the freaking bushes and stuff. Trying to get in close. Didn't manage to do it, but the mortar's gonna take care of it. I was sitting here debating what I could get. Maybe another mortar, maybe more ammo. Get another, I don't know if the Gebirgsjäger with the flamethrower is an elite squad. I'm pretty sure it is. It's not the final tier. I was debating whether to get it, but I decided not to. Hold my manpower, save it in case I want to just, you know what I mean, to try to counter anything he brings up. Take a quick little listen to the spawn to see if I could hear anything. I should have done that at the 25-minute mark, obviously, because the call-ins for the final stage call-ins with the DP units are around the 25-minute mark. Sturmpanzer takes another good shot, deletes another good portion of an infantry squad. Trying to tell all of my freaking men to shoot him. I think I got him, but I made them all stand up, so that could have been bad. I was sitting here debating. I was gonna originally get the King Tiger to just, you know, okay, there you go. I did take a look at it. I was trying to get the King Tiger to completely make sure I had a good and great counter for the NIS2, but I didn't hear anything. He just waited. He waited, which was a good idea, honestly. Trying to get an AT team up there, just in case if he pushes with some light vehicle or armor, because we're getting to the point where I'm slowly crawling to victory. You know what I mean? I'm slowly bringing this back, and he is having a hard time now that I'm fully entrenched with the mortar, with the Sturmpanzer. There's a lot of supporting infantry fire, and I decided to go with the Sturmtiger. I've never really used it in 1v1s, so I decided, why not? Because I don't have enough DP points for the King Tiger anymore, so that's what I'll go with. I didn't really do the math in my head to see if I would still get the King Tiger. Shot with the Sturmtiger. Did some pretty good damage. And that was the piece to kind of keep me up and holding. There is a heavy tank right there in the middle. Pretty sure that is the IS-2. I'm going over there to look at it. Yes, it is the IS-2. So I'm kind of in an interesting position here. He's got way more range than my Sturmpanzer, although I can kill it with the Sturmpanzer. I just need to get one good shot, as well as the Sturmtiger. The Sturmtiger can do amazing damage against it, but he does outrange me by several meters, so I didn't want to risk it. I just thought to myself, well, if I ever play it smart with my vehicles, make some pop shots every now and then to completely devastate infantry, then I think I should have this one. Get a Fallschirmjäger squad immediately to come assist at the this next infantry squad, coming in on a different angle now, spreading out my MGs to get some good crossfire, and so when they pop out from the buildings in that freaking alleyway where the AT guy was, they'll get minced this time, and you know, I won't get punished. Of course, he starts retreating because he knows he can't really push that. Way too entrenched, way too dug in, have men everywhere, got reinforcements out. I'm sitting here examining the state of the battlefield. I decided to tell my Fallschirmjäger to get into the point. Might as well, right? Just keep on stacking that weight. Well, actually, no, not in hindsight, because I was going to think, in hindsight, they could have gotten artied, but he already spent his DP points on an IS-2, so I had no arty to really worry about besides manpower arty or a mortar. And I had completely devastated most of the cover where he could have utilized to put a mortar behind. He could have put it behind that house maybe if he did buy a mortar, but I don't think he did. He does have a sniper doing some sniping stuff. And here we go with me trying to entrust the AI with doing stuff. I think so. What I do to get them reversing and I could go look somewhere else, I just hold shift and kind of try to guesstimate how far I need to go back, so just to have them constantly go backwards, so you know, minimizes the micromanagement of me needing to, you know, just slowly push them back myself via manual control. Miraculously, I decided I want that sniper dead. He's gonna start shooting my Fallschirmjägers, and that's a lot of value, and I don't want that. So I just shot a Sturmtiger round, and he survived. He survived. The sniper survived. How did the sniper survive? I'm just joking. I don't really care, but you know, he was a thorn on my side, but I think it didn't really matter in the end because now he's trying to Hail Mary. Luckily, and thank God for that small light defense that I had put there, they had allowed me to react in time. I was going to use this to catch him off guard, but unfortunately, I was the one caught off guard because the KV-85 and the IS-2 has appeared out of his corner of the map. He was lying in wait, and now he's got a full armored charge towards me. So now I'm in a precarious position here, trying to get another cheeky shot before the tanks get in range. Try to devastate that infantry squad before they can get to my home point to do some mass damage. Fortunately, I hit the logs with the accuracy bloom not being the best. Telling my Fallschirmjäger to cover my Sturmtiger with smoke. So hopefully he can get a surprising shot and he's not as obvious by the other tanks. He's moving all his infantry around that freaking... Oh, and this is his big mistake. He left the squad just kind of sitting there, and I get to shoot him with the Sturmpanzer IV and do massive damage, which allows me to start digging in to my home point. Now with a small squadron, like he's less than a full squad of Fallschirmjäger, about like almost 8 men or so or more. They'll be more than enough to slow any infantry push down to a crawl, so I can keep getting reinforcements in. And I keep getting these free shots. I'm surprised the IS-2 and the KV-85 haven't moved up yet. But I assumed the reason why he didn't do that is because he wanted to obviously get his infantry to secure the hilltop beforehand. Because there could have been multiple guys with Panzerfaust, Panzerschrecks hiding in the bushes. And so if I had put the Panzerschreck where that rifleman was back there getting shot by the IS-2 because he was found, yeah, he could have gotten the shot maybe and disabled it, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. We're slowly freaking grasping at this victory. We're slowly bringing it to our favor. We're bringing it to now the match is in my favor. He comes out with his IS-2 and reveals himself with shooting my half-track that I called in just to support, to shoot at the infantry. I was kind of hoping he was going to take the bait. Obviously he did, but unfortunately I didn't capitalize on it. Got another glorious shot on another huge wad of infantry. So I'm just bleeding in my manpower right now. And he's kind of in a predicament here, because if he does charge forward with the IS-2, not only is he going to get outnumbered by the Brummbär and the Sturmtiger, but a lot of those Fallschirmjägers got some light AT capabilities, and their AT grenades are really good. So I'm utilizing the max range of the Sturmpanzer IV to the best of my ability to keep as much distance from me, from the IS-2 as possible. Alright, here we go. Calling in an MG. This machine gun, honestly, worth its weight in gold for 100 manpower. It was doing gnarly stuff that you're about to see, man. The AI taking random pop shots at a random dude at the corner of the map. Wasn't really... Oh, wait, never mind. He just managed to kill one dude. Not the greatest use of it, but oh well. Keeping him backed up. I see the IS-2 appear from the shadow, and I try to see if I can get a cheeky shot with the Sturmtiger, but I can't. He's 200 range. Honestly, I could have used the Sturmtiger way better, but unfortunately, I effed up. I screwed up. I slipped up. I was charging him forward, trying to get a cheeky shot at the IS-2. I decided not to because, well, that shell was going to be inaccurate and wasn't going to do much. So I'm still holding my round just in case if he wanted to charge. Obviously, I don't want to shoot and then him charging. He could have charged, but I don't think he would have now in hindsight with the broom bar just kind of sitting there lying in wait, and he had really no angles to shoot it because there was 2 houses in the way. Unfortunately, when I told my Sturmtiger to back up, I did one of the shift retreats or backing up movements way too far, and he fully turned around. And yeah, he got engined immediately. His engine was disabled. I almost lost this too, but luckily he shot through houses, so it just made the shell kind of useless. So the wall banging did not happen for me. Thank the Lord, that would have cost me the match. Oh my Lord. But luckily, by the gods in heavens above, he did not penetrate shooting through those 2 houses. I get that MG on the flank here because they are in a wide open field, and I decided, well, I wanted to make to last as long as possible. So I'm going to take that flanking MG and put it in all those bushes so it's harder to see. Now, I'm also going to put some of these things I'm talking about inside a dedicated tips and tricks video that I'm going to be working on at some point in the future. Just haven't been able to really invest that much time. Oh, look at that. I'm sorry, but I just got to acknowledge. Oh, the crossfire with the MGs. Oh, it was so satisfying to watch. It was like in real life. The intersecting the fire of the MGs was so cool. But trying to sneak an AT detachment because they were hiding in the bushes. Managed to be just undisturbed for so long. Trying to, get a nice sneaky shot on the IS-2 because I thought that would be the only really reliable way to kind of get rid of it. Right now we're just kind of in a weird stalemate. But back to what I was saying. Some of these tips that I have mentioned right now, I will put it in a dedicated tips and tricks video. I don't think it's going to be like a full-on guide. I don't really think I'm that great at the game. I mean, like I said before, I think at the very most I'm decent. And maybe I'm lowballing myself. I have a tendency to do that. But, I'm not like one. I'm very humble. Although it doesn't feel quite humble to talk about how humble I am. You know what I mean? But besides that, the Bush MG is still alive. Look at that. He killed the other MG that was in, obviously, the obvious spot. But, luckily, the house is still there. And I took advantage of it. And I shot it. The IS-2 wasn't in position. He finally found the MG from their tracers in the bush. I don't think I set up the sandbag, so I'm pretty sure he just gets killed pretty easily. Setting up some foxholes on the flank with some Fallschirmjäger. He completely stopped all attacks from the middle. He's fully committed and focused on this attack right here. And luckily, he completely runs over my AT guy. I think he's just so focused on the freaking Sturmpanzer IV and the MG that he just kind of just didn't pay attention. And I just have such a nice angle to shoot them before they could really get into an angle where I couldn't behind the house. So this is great. Infantry is getting absolutely mowed down by the elite Fallschirmjägers. Now they're in position, telling this one rifleman to get in position. See, the MG was getting shot at. Decided to tell him to go prone behind the house. Hopefully, and if they do push into the actual point, he'll be there. Just hopefully ambush and kill a couple of them. Unfortunately, he was shot by a random SMG guy. And that whole flanking mission was a failure. But now this match is really close, neck and neck. He's 800 points and I'm at 912 right now. So it really depends on what happens. If I lose the Sturmpanzer, it's over for me. So I was working so hard to keep it there alive as long as possible. I noticed that he was shooting HE rounds into the house to try to break down the wall so he could actually shoot me, which was a good move, a smart move. If he had done that earlier, it would have made everything much more complicated, especially after the Sturmtiger died. So I'm just sitting here and I saw, wait, I could afford a panther soon. I just need to hold up until I get enough manpower points to get a panther. And then I'll actually have something that could fight the IS-2. I just have to be smart with the panther and shoot the IS-2 in the bottom plate. If I shoot it in the bottom plate, I can penetrate it. But that's easier said than done because that's not an elite crew and they're not accurate. So right now, 974 points. He's getting desperate. He's decided to do a full charge with armor. It doesn't matter anymore. It's all about what's going to happen now. I saw that I could get the Panther. I'm like, yes, freaking get the Panther. Immediately have him freaking reinforce. I decided I need to freaking move. I need to move in the Sturmpanzer because I might as well want them to be in range instead of getting outranged by the IS-2 and just killed. So I shot its side twice on the IS-2 and it deflected both shots. Absolute shambles. He's gonna shoot and just freaking, I think he shoots my turret tree. I try to get a nice little shot, but the tree blocks me, bro. Oh, so unlucky. Taking another shot, hopefully on the engine, but that's where the match ends. And that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. What a comeback, man. I fully thought I lost that match. And hey, tell me in the comments below if you prefer the post commentary. See ya.